उपविश्य मम वाचं मां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत्यखिलशक्तिधरस्वधाम्ना न्यांश्च हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यं गुरुं हि स्वयं सत्यः प्रज्ञाभक्तिविनीतयः दिहिप्तिश्चापि भृता नित्यं तं गुरुं प्रणमाम्यहं सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. Which number? 25. स्तवेर्ब्रह्मादीनां जय जय वचोभिर्नियमिनां गणानां केलीभिः मदकलमहोक्षस्य ककुदी स्थितं नीलग्रीवं त्रिनयनमुमाश्लिष्टवपुषं कदा त्वां पश्येयम् करधृतमृगं खण्डपरशुं कदा त्वां दृष्ट्वा गिरिशतव भव्याङ्घ्रियुगलं गृहीत्वा हस्ताभ्यां शिरसि नयने वक्षसि वहन् समाश्लिष्याघ्राय स्फुटजलजगन्धान् परिमलान् अलभ्यां ब्रह्माद्यैः विश्यामि हृदये करस्थे हेमाद्रौ गिरिशनिकटस्थे धनपतौ गृहस्थे स्वर्भूजामरसुरभिचिन्तामणिगणे शिरस्थे शीतांशौ चरणयुगलस्थे किल शुभे कमर्थं दास्येऽहं भवतु भवदर्थं मम मनः सारूप्यं तव पूजने शिवमहादेवेति संकीर्तने सामीप्यं शिवभक्तिधुर्यजनता साङ्गत्य सम्भाषणे सालोक्यं च चराचरात्मकतनुध्याने भवानीपते सायुज्यं मम सिद्धमत्र भवति स्वामिन् कृतार्थोऽस्म्यहम् त्वत्पादाम्बुजमर्चयामि परमं त्वां चिन्तयाम्यन्वहम् त्वामीशं शरणं व्रजामि वचसा त्वामेव याचे विभो वीक्षां मे दिशचाक्षुषीं सकरुणां दिव्यैश्चिरं प्रार्थितां शम्भो लोकगुरो मदीयमनसः सौख्योपदेशं कुरु. So in the previous class we saw in great detail the 4 stages which is described in verse 28. Sarupyam, Samipyam, Salokyam and Sayuchyam. So we saw in detail what do these 4 things mean. Then we had this verse almost covered, 29. Tvatpadambuja marchayami paramam tvam chintayami menvaham tvamisham sharanam vrajami vachasa tvameva yache vibho viksham me disha chakshushim sakarunam divyaischiram prarthitam. Divyaischiram prarthitam chakshushim. So is what is? So chiram prarthitam qualifies chakshushim, sakarunam viksham. Chakshushim sakarunam viksham. So this viksha, so this is an interesting phrase that he uses here. Chakshushim viksham me disha. So what is Chakshushi Viksha? That is an interesting verse there. Viksha actually if it is from someone who is an extremely pious person, so that Viksha itself is sufficient to give us a certain sense of comfort. If this person is an agitated person, then that Viksha will be Bhayankara. So the very Viksha can make a lot of difference. That's why people always seek to be in front of some people, whereas they would like to avoid the interaction with some people. So this makes a lot of difference. So here there is an interesting verse which says, Chakshurunmilya yat tattvam. Repeat. Chakshurunmilya yat tattvam. Chakshurunmilya yat tattvam. Dhyatva shishyam samikshate. Dhyatva shishyam samikshate. Dhyatva shishyam samikshate. Pashupasha vimokshaya. Pashupasha vimokshaya. Pashupasha vimokshaya. Diksheyam chakshushi mata. Diksheyam chakshushi mata. Diksheyam chakshushi mata. Many people say that they go and take this diksha, mantra diksha, this diksha, that diksha. There are various forms of diksha that people talk about. So what does this chakshushi diksha mean? So there, the guru, if he is a very powerful person, then, so what does he do? Chakshurunmilya first. Chakshurunmilya yat tattvam dhyatva. So he contemplates upon what has to be transmitted to the other person. So the tattvam need not necessarily be aham brahmasmi. It can be other forms of also. Okay. Chakshurunmilya yat tattvam dhyatva sishyam samikshate. This tattvam dhyatva means what is there in this person's mind, so that they may be able to get. Okay. So there are certain instances which I have seen, okay, which I have heard also. So in front of great gurus. So this does happen. And therefore, yat tattvam dhyatva sishyam samikshate. So he just glances him. Sishyam samikshate. Pashupasha vimokshaya diksheyam chakshushi mata. Pashupasha vimokshaya. So what does that do? Pashupasha vimokshaya diksheyam chakshushi mata. In fact, once it also happened, so I went to some person, I was a schoolboy kind of a thing. So this, I was greatly inspired by listening to somebody's lecture, so I felt that I should get some diksha from him. This was just in my own mind. So once I went, and suddenly after puja, he just calls me and then says, so I will give you this mantra on his own. Okay. So you just practice it this way and so on. These are things which do happen, I'm just saying. Okay. So this is Chakshurunmilya yat tattvam dhyatva sishyam samikshate. See? So with the karuna drishti, he just looks at the sishya. That yearning that you have in your mind is sensed by them. And what is it that makes you yearn for that karuna? So depending upon what is it that you have to get rid of temporarily, it need not be permanent relief, even a small dukha. So this is something Pashupasha vimokshaya. Okay. Viksheyam chakshushi mata. So that is what he is saying. Vikshami visha chakshushim sakarunam divyaihi chiram prarthitam. Divyaihi chiram prarthitam. They are also seeking for a long time. Divyaischchiram prarthitam shambho lokaguro madiyamanasaha saukhyopadesham kuru. The rest of the things we saw in the previous class. Next is somewhat little difficult verse. Okay, we will see. Vastrodhuta-vidhau sahasrakarata. Vastrodhuta-vidhau sahasrakarata. Vastrodhuta-vidhau sahasrakarata. Pushparchane vishnuta. Pushparchane vishnuta. Pushparchane vishnuta. Gandhe gandhavahatmatan. Gandhe gandhavahatmata. Gandhe gandhavahatmata. Gandhe gandhavahatmata. Annapachane barihirmukhadhyakshata. Annapachane barihirmukhadhyakshata. Annapachane barihirmukhadhyakshata. Patre kanchanagarbhatasthi mayi chet. Patre kanchanagarbhatasthi mayi chet. Patre kanchanagarbhatasthi mayi chet. Balendu chudamani. Balendu chudamani. Balendu chudamani. Sushrusham karavani te pashupate. Sushrusham karavani te pashupate. Sushrusham karavani te pashupate. Swamim Triloki Guru. Swamim Triloki Guru. Swamim Triloki Guru. The last quarter, Pashupate Triloki Guru Te Sushrusham Karavani. Hey Swamin. There are three words used to address. Triloki Guru, Swamin, Pashupate. Having said all this, he says, Aham te Sushrusham Karavani. So, Karavani, what is the prayoga? Lot lakara, right? Kru dhatu. Dukring karane dhatu. Lot lakara. Karotu kurutat, kurutam kuruvantu. Kurutam kuruta. Karavani. Karavama. See, Karavami. Karavani. Karavama. Karavama. That's all. Karavani. Karavava. Karavama. This lot lakara in Atmaya Pada is also very interesting. See, Kurutat. Kurutat, kurutam, kurvan. No. Kurushva, kurutat. Karavai, karavavahi, karavamahi. That is what it will be. See. Kurutat, kurvatam, kurvatam. Kurushva, kurvatam, kurudhvam. See, kurushva, kurvatam, kurudhvam. Karavai, karavavahai, karavamahai. In fact, sahaviryam karavavahai. Sahaviryam karavavahai. In sahanavatu. That's what. Okay, karavani is a lot lakara. So this has various meanings. See, this can mean ajna, this can mean so ichha also in some sense. So this can lot lakara. There are several meanings. Now here te sushrusham karavani. It can be abhyarthana. It can be abhishta samprashna prarthaneshu. So there are several meanings are there. Vidhi nimantrana, amantrana, abhishta samprashna prarthaneshu. There are several senses in which this can be used. Now here he says there are Balendu Chudamani is another addressing word here. So there are 5 things that he is listing. First thing is Vastrodhuta Vidhau Sahasrakarata. Sahasrakarata. So Sahasrakarasya Bhavaha. Sahasrakarata. Right? Sahasrakaraha. Who is Sahasrakara? The word kara has several meanings. Sahasrakarata, Sahasrakaraha, kara also means Rashmi. Okay, Sahasra Rashmihi. Who is referred? Surya. Sahasrakaraha refers to Surya. Now he is saying Vastrodhuta Vidhau Sahasrakarata. And then there is a clause here. Mai chet. If this were to be there, Sushrusham Karavani. Vastrodhuta Vidhau Sahasrakarata Asti chet. Mai asti chet. Sushrusham Karavani. Then Pushparchane Vishnuta Asti chet. Karavani. So here he is saying, so perhaps Bhagavad Pada has this Virat Swarupa of Parameshwara in his mind, in describing this. So we know of this Virat Rupa which Parameshwara has taken, which is there in various places described in Tamil literature also, it will be there, in Sanskrit also it will be there. So there this Vishnu is supposed to have taken a flower and then offer him. He just keeps on traveling. He is such a huge form he has. And this huge form, if you conceive of this Virat Rupa, then for me to offer flower, suppose you want to keep one patra on the forehead of Parameshwara, then if only I were Vishnu, can I do this? Aham Vishnuta mai asti chet. If that is there in me, then I will be able to do. This is one level of meaning. I will just give. So here he has used these terms. Dvarthaka, I think that is what I feel. There is a Shlesha which is meant here. So we will see, assume that Parameshwara has a Virat Rupatvam. This Virat Rupatvam if he has, then if only I am possessing the ability of Vishnu to travel such distances, I will be able to Pushparchane mai Vishnuta. Sahasrakarata, here Vastrodhuta Vidhau. Buddhuta. Buddhuta means, there is an interesting verse. Punanam pavanodhutaihi dhumairahuti gandhibhihi. Have you heard this? Raghu. See, Punanam pavanodhutaihi dhumairahuti gandhi. This is a nice verse to learn. Abhyuthita gnipishunaihi. Repeat. Abhyuthitagnipishunaih Abhyuthitagnipishunaih Atithin ashramon mukhan Atithin ashramon mukhan Atithin ashramon mukhan Punanam pavanodhutaihi Punanam pavanodhutaihi Punanam pavanodhutaihi Punanam pavanodhutaihi. धूमैराहुति गन्धिभिः धूमैराहुतिगन्धिभिः धूमैराहुतिगन्धिभिः. There are some Sanskrit teachers here. See, this is a beautiful verse to be taught. So this just Uddhuta, when I read, I was reminded of this. A very beautiful usage here. See, here Kalidasa basically describes this Dilipa going to the ashrama. How was this ashrama? So there he describes. So Dilipa arrived at this ashrama. Dilipaha ashramam prapatu. This is what has to be described. And how was this ashrama? This ashrama was purifying. Punanam ashramam prapatu. Understand? So Dilipaha Punanam ashramam prapatu. Punanam means purifying. So the ashrama itself was purifying. How was it purifying? Pavanodhutaihi ahuti gandhibhihi punanam. Understand? Pavanodhutaihi dhumaihi ahuti gandhibhihi. So even now, if you go to some places where this yaga is happening with some nice dravyas, you just go, there will be some amazing fragrance that is emanating from them. And that itself will give you a feel that as if I am purified. So punanam pavanodhutaihi. See, nowadays, we don't feel like moving out now. So pavanodhutaihi, dhumaihi, different kind of thing. Okay? Apunanam, no. So this is punanam. Punanam pavanodhutaihi. So uddhuta, that is what you have to understand here. Vastrodhuta vidhau. The same phrase is used here. See here, abhyuthitagni pishunaihi. This is again a beautiful thing. So you should know, Kalidasa's great. Abhyuthitagni pishunaihi. This dhuma is qualified as pishuna. See, so the agni pishuna. This is a beautiful usage he is saying. So that fellow pishuna is someone who just carries. See, the tail carrier is called pishuna. Okay. So about something he will just keep on informing the other person. So here, so the agni which is there, okay, so that message is carried by this dhuma. Abhyuthita agni pishunaihi atithin ashramun mukhan. Those who are coming towards this ashrama, this dhuma ahuti gandha. So he is just carried by that. And then it purifies. This is what he says. Now, here the phrase that we have to understand here is Vastrodhuta. So here Pavanodhuta. Okay. Uddhuta means something which is lifted and carried. Now here assume that this Parameshwara has such a huge form. Okay. Now if you want to do this Vastram, okay, Katibaddha, okay, you have to tie for Parameshwara. Then for you to even come around, it may not be possible. Understand? Such a huge form. So you know this, we have this Surya moving around, right? Okay. So like that I may have the ability to move around. Okay. And such a speed you have to move. Then only it will be possible for me to tie this vastra, to lift and tie it. Vastrodhuta vidhau sahasrakarata. This is one meaning assuming that it is such a Virat Rupa. The other way of poetically expressing this idea is Sahasrakarata. So let me have thousands of hands. Okay. One is even to lift. Okay, I need. The other is let me do it in various places. See this. There is one. There are some Tamilians here. They can easily appreciate. Sometimes I have heard suppose somebody does some act, okay, which is quite disturbing, then they will say, அடிச்சுக்கிறதுக்கு ரெண்டு கை போறாது. That's what they say. See, so you just do no something like this. What is this? So there they say 2 hands are not enough to beat myself to just withstand this. Okay, that's what they say. Anyway, this bahubahutvam is something which we metaphorically use. So in that sense, so in order to serve you, let me have thousands of hands. So sahasrakarata, that is another way of saying. Vastrodhuta vidhau sahasrakarata. See, to lift also. Understand? So that is, your body is such a huge now in size. So the vastra should be huge. For this I need thousands of hands to lift. Okay? Vastrodhuta vidhau sahasrakarata, to lift it and then wrap it around. So let me have sahasrakarata. See? Vastrodhuta vidhau sahasrakarata pushparchane vishnuta. This vishnuta, I told you, based on this episode you can think of. Only then you can fly to such far height and then place flower. The other way of seeing is this Vishnu who actually means Vyapi, Sarvavyapi. Okay. Pushparchane Vishnuta means let me have the opportunity to offer flower being a Vyapi in many places. Okay. Pushparchane Vishnuta. Then Gandhe Gandhavahatmata. Gandhavaha means Gandhan Vahatiti Gandhavaha. So the one who carries, so Gandhavaha means the one who carries the fragrance. So which means Vayu. So for offering Gandha to you, let me be a Gandhavaha. Okay? So then only I can fly to great heights and then give this. Gandhe Gandhavahatmata. So this is assuming that it is a Virat Rupa. So the other way of viewing this is Gandhavaha means let me be Gandhavaha. So in order to fetch fragrances from different parts. There are a variety of fragrances which are available in different locations. I would like you to have the benefit of that, and therefore for me to do that, I would like to be Vayu. Okay. So this is one. This is second way of looking at Gandhavaha. The third way is I myself be blessed with the carrier of fragrance. Okay. So this is possible for certain mrigas, right? What is that? Kasturi mriga. So they come and they carry fragrance with you, and let me be the carrier of fragrance. Gandhavaha, ahameva Gandhavaha. Okay. Gandhe Gandhavahatmata. Then we have Annapachane Barihirmukhadhyakshata. Annapachane, in offering. Okay, in offering food to you. Barihirmukha adhyakshata. See, here again, you can understand this in 2-3 ways. Barhi refers to this paristarana. So around the Vedi, whatever you offer, that is called Barhi. Okay. Barihirmukha refers to Agni. Barihirmukha. So Barihirmukha Adhyakshata. So Barihirmukha Adhyakshaha refers to Indra. Tasya Adhyakshaha means Agnehe api Adhyakshaha Indraha. So Barihirmukha Adhyakshata Annapachane. So he is saying. So how does this happen? So this Annapachanam, there are two factors which are required. So Annapachanam. So one is Agni. Okay. So the ability for me to direct the Agni. See, Tasya Adhyakshaha means I can always engage him. Right? So for me, so there are some places where they offer such huge quantities of, so there is a one linga. Okay. For that, you need several kgs of rice, maybe even tons. So to cover, the huge forms are there. So for this mighty form to consume, assume that you need to prepare so much. And therefore, I need to have the ability to drive the Agni to do this paka of so much. So, Barihir Mukhadhyakshata. So, Barihir Mukha Adhyakshata. I need to have the command over Agni. Wherever I need, see, this is another ability which we find described in this Mahabharata also. People do have the ability to generate Agni wherever I want. You see? So Agni in those days is not easy. Right? You need to have something, otherwise you keep churning, otherwise you will not get. So these are certain powers which people are endowed with. And Barihirmukhadhyakshata should be there for me whenever I think. So it is in that sense one can understand Barihirmukhadhyakshata. The other thing is, see, if you just go to Anna level, see, one is processing. So for you to offer, first of all, you need to have that Anna. And Anna is not possible unless there is Vrishti. And Indra is Devata for Vrishti. Okay. So therefore, for me to offer, okay, so this Barihirmukhadhyakshata is required. Annapachane Barihirmukhadhyakshata Patre Kanchanagarbhata. This is the fifth thing that he is saying. Patre, this again can be understood in two ways. Kanchana is Swarna. So Kanchana Garbhata, Hiranyagarbha is supposed to be Virat. Now, for processing I need a vessel, okay, that has to be as mighty as Hiranyagarbha. Okay. So that is required for me. Whether it is Jalabhisheka or Annabhisheka, whatever you want. So that also I need to have, okay, for this Virat Rupa to offer. Hiranyagarbhata. The other way to understand is, to have such dhanya, I need so much of money. So Hiranyagarbhatvam means I need to be filled with Hiranya, okay, in order to get so much. Okay. So that way also one can understand this as Kanchanagarbhata. If you yourself are carrying Kamandalu, so how can you offer? Okay. So therefore Hiranyagarbhata can be understood this way also. Patre Kanchanagarbhatasti Mayi Chet Valendu Chudamane Sushrusham Karavani. So he just says, so keeping this Virat Rupa in mind, so Bhagavad Pada in a poetic way describes that these attributes or to be blessed by you, so that I will be able to do this Sushrusha. Sushrusham Karavanite Pashupate Swamin Triloki Guru. This Triloki Guru is a phrase that makes us understand that what is described is a Virat Rupa. Okay. So this Triloki Guru means, so the one, say one is the Lord of the three words. This is one way of understanding. The other way of hinting the person is, so he is bigger than all the three words. Okay, so he is bigger than all the three words. So it is in that sense also, so we can understand that what is described here is Virat Swarupa. Okay, read. Vastrodhrutaniधौ sahasrakarata pushparchane vishnuta gandhe gandhavahatmatan napachane varihir mukhadyakshata patre kanchana garbhadasti maichet Balendu Chudamani Shushroosham Karavanite Pashupate Swamin Striloki Guru. So this Barihihi is a word that is actually used. Barihir Mukha. In fact, if you look at any ritual that is being performed. So before we go to the kunda, what we find is this darbha grasses spread. So that is referred to by the word barihi. So barihir mukhaha means the Agni is there inside the kunda. What you see before is Barihi. Okay. So without that Paristarana, no Kriya is performed. Then we have this, that also is describing Shakuntala. What is that? Amivedim paritaha klupta dhishnyaha. Amivedim paritaha klupta dhishnyaha samidvantaha Pranta Santirna Darbha. Pranta Santirna Darbha. So the Darbha, Kusha, Barihi, they are all synonymously used. Pranta Santirna Darbha means around that Vedi, so you just create this boundary by Darbha. So the mantravat we just put certain. Pranta Santirna Darbha. So that is what it is. Barihir Mukhaha means before meeting him you will face this. So that is how we have to understand that. Okay, next. Nalamba Paramopakara Kamidam. Nalamba Paramopakara Kamidam. Nalamba Paramopakara Kamidam. Tvekam Pashunam Pate. Tvekam Pashunam Pate. Tvekam Pashunam Pate. Pashyan Kukshigatan. Pashyan Kukshigatan. Pashyan Kukshigatan. Chara Charaganan. Chara Charaganan. Chara Charaganan. Bahyasthitan Rakshitum. Bahyasthitan Rakshitum. Bahyasthitan Rakshitum. Sarvamartyaparayanaushatham. 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 Atijvalakaram bhikaram. अतिज्वालाकरं भीकरं अतिज्वालाकरं भीकरं निक्षिप्तं गरलं गले नगिलितं निक्षिप्तं गरलं गले नगिलितं निक्षिप्तं गरलं गले नगिलितं नोद्गीर्णमेव त्वया नोद्गीर्णमेव त्वया नोद्गीर्णमेव त्वया नालम्बा परमोपकारकमिदं त्वेकं पशूनां पते. So this, as you can easily guess, because of the word of garala nikshipta. So this refers to this bhakshanam of halahala visham. So in the Amrita Mathanam, there are various things which emerge out. So one of them is garala. Okay. So here he says nikshiptam garalam gale. Gale nikshiptam. Further he says nodgiranam. Nagilitam nodgirnam. So this is the statement that is made. Gilitam means that which has been sent below into the stomach through the pipe. Okay. Gilitam means bhakshitam. So anything that we put into the mouth, okay, so goes through a certain pipe inside. So when it this bhakshanam itself is described as gala adhodesha sanyoganukulo vyaparaha. So the vyapara is what they say. This vyakarana they define. Okay. So gamanam means uttara desha sanyoganukulo vyaparaha. Okay, a certain activity which makes you to step forward. Uttara desha sanyoga. Okay, purva desha viyoga sahkrita. Some people add this. Purva desha viyoga sahkrita uttara desha sanyoganukulo vyaparaha. Why? Because in those days they thought maybe the treadmill will come. So here without gamanam you keep on stepping. So purva desha viyoga sahakrita uttara desha sanyoganukulo vyaparaha. See, that is not gamanam. Gamanam iva, right? Gamana bhasa. Okay. So so this is a gaman. Similarly, galadho desha sanyoganukulo vyaparaha. Okay. So this is what is bhakshan. So this is gilitam means it has gone into this tube. Okay, adho desha sanyoga. So here he says nagilitam, so that Vishal did not get into that pipe. Na udgirnam, neither was it thrown out, okay, by vomiting. Okay, so it just stays there. Gala is just there in the kantha. Okay, kanthe nikshiptam nagilitam nodgirnameva. This is described as paramopakara in the first quarter. Paramopakarakamidam idam karyam paramopakarakam. So nikshepa rupa karyam. Garalasya gale nikshepa rupam yat karyam tat paramopakarakam karyam. Why is it described as paramopakarakam? Because this is such a terrifying thing. So all that is described here. Ekam pashunam pate pashyan kukshigatan characharaganan. So Why was it not swallowed? Why was it not thrown out? So there he is saying, Kukshigatan charajaragan bahyasthitan rakshitum. So if you swallow, kukshigatas will be finished. If you spit, so people outside will be finished. So therefore you just kept it inside. Okay. Pasyan kukshigatan charaganan bahyasthitan rakshitum. So why is it so terrifying? Okay. That we do not know. So Visha generally is, when consumed it is, when consumed, see, one can think of various kinds of poisonous gases coming out. Right? So it need not necessarily, consumed means not this, you can just through the smell itself, it can finish people. So similarly, you can think of some dravya which emanated. Okay. So it's, unless it is sealed, okay, it will spread through the air and then it will bhikara, finish people. So that is how one has to imagine. So here he says, Sarvamartya palayana aushadham atijvalakaram bhikaram. Sarva amartya palayana aushadham. So this is something like that. It makes them run away. The very sight and the very smell, the very look. So all three things. Atijvalakaram bhikaram. So terrifying even in the looks. So that's when it came. Atijvalakaram bhikaram nikshiptam garalam gale nagilitam. See, there are some descriptions which are done by various people. Apparently, this Shiva, so everyone was so terrified and then they approached. They approached Shiva being led by Vishnu. So he said, so he is one who can take care, let us go. Okay, he led the team. And then the Parvati there, she was so scared. If he eats and he dies, what will happen to me? Okay. So this is how poets describe this episode. Okay. That Parvati was preventing, Vishnu was encouraging. So finally this anyway Karunamurti, okay, Sivanandalahari after. He just consumed. Okay. So and then, so Parvati prevented, therefore he stopped here. So this is the kind of episode. And Nalamva, see, Nalamva means, is it not sufficient? Is it not sufficient for what? To speak of your greatness. Okay. So Paramopakarakamidam ekam karyam. Is it not sufficient to speak of your greatness? Nalamba Paramopakarakamidam tu ekam pashunam pate pashyan kukshigatan charaganan bahyasthitan rakshitam. Sarva, see, one can even think of, see, he is a Samhara Murti, right? So if you think of Parameshwara as a Samhara Murti, this is a metaphorical way of saying. So Kukshigata means everything is there in your stomach. Okay. Assume that, so there is a certain period in which everything is there inside him. So then it may sort of come out. Okay. So this is a metaphorical and poetic way of saying. So inside, when is it inside? During Pralaya Avastha. During the other Avastha, it comes out. So you describe him as Samhara Murti, right? Parameshwara is described as Samhara Murti. So one who puts everything. So at the Pralaya Kala. So in that sense, one can think of, so if it goes inside Nirmula, everything will become. So Pashyan Kukshigatam Characharagan Bahyasthitan Rakshitum Sarvamartya Palayana Ushadham. It is like a medicine which drives away people. Amartya Palayana Ushadham. Something which drives away people. Sarvamartya Palayana Ushadham Atijwalakaram Bhikaram Nikshiptam Garalam Gale Nagilitam Nodgirnameva Tvaya. Nodgirnam means Navamitam. Nava Bhakshitam, Nava Vamitam. Okay. There is an interesting verse, so it may be good to read. This is Appaya Dikshita. Appaya Dikshita describes this. Kshiram Nidhi, Kshiram Nidhi, Kshiram Nidhi, Manthanodbhava Vishat, Manthanodbhava Vishat, Manthanodbhava Vishat, Sandahyamanan Suran, Sandahyamanan Suran, Sandahyamanan Suran, Brahmadinavalokya, 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 Yah Karunaya, Yah Karunaya, Yah Karunaya, Halakhyam Visham, Halakhyam Visham, Halakhyam Visham, Nishankam Nijalilaya Kavalayan, Nishankam Nijalilaya Kavalayan, Nishankam Nijalilaya Kavalayan, Lokanurakshaadarat, 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 Artatranaparayanaha, 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 Sabhagavan, 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 Gangadharo me gatihi, Gangadharo me gatihi, Gangadharo me gatihi. Gangadhara Stotra. Stotra. There are so many stotras he has composed. So there he starts his stotra like this. Gangadharo me gatihi. Kidrishaha Gangadharaha Artatranaparayanass Bhagavan Gangadharo me gatihi. So Artatranaparayana. Nice usage. So those who are in deep trouble, Tesham Trana, protection. Tadeva Paramayanam, Parayanaha. That is his Lakshya. So the one who has the Lakshya to protect the distressed. Artatrana Parayanassa Bhagavan Gangadharo me gatihi. So what does he say? Before he describes Kshiram Bodhi, Kshiram Nidhi, Manthanodbhava Vishat. So the Visha that arose due to the process of churning. Kshiram Nidhi, Manthanodbhava Vishat. Sandahyamanan Suran. All devas. Sandahyamana. Just burning. Sandahyamanan Suran. Brahmadin. Starting from Brahma. Avalokya. Seeing them in that distressed state. Yah Karunaya. did he consume? There he says, Nishankam. Had absolutely no doubt, okay, that this may harm me. Nishankam. Nija leelaya. Playfully, kavalayan. Put into the mouth. Nishankam nija leelaya kavalayan. So this is the hetu. Kavalayan. What did he do? Lokanurakshaadarat. What was the purpose? Lokanam anurakshanam. Tatra adaraha means the one who cares for them. Lokanurakshaadarat kavalayan. Katham kavalayan. Nishankam kavalayan. Leelaya kavalayan. Nishankam nija leelaya kavalayan. Lokanurakshaadarat artatranaparaayanassa bhagavan gangadharo me gatihi. Repeat. Kshirambho nithimanthanodbhavavishat sandahyamanaan suran
brahmadina alokya karunaya halahalakyam visham nishankam nijalilaya kavalayan lokanurakshaadarat artatranaparaayanassa bhagavan gangadharo me gatihi.
This is the deities of Gangadhareshwara, right? Yes. In Rishikesh, Dayananda Ashram. So Parameshwara is Gangadhareshwara on the bank of Ganga. Okay, so we'll stop here. Then Om Sarve Visakhinas Santu Sarve Santu Niramigaha Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschid Dukha Bhag Bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.